So here's the paperwork for the CDCR debriefing process. Honestly, it's a waste of my time because people just continue to argue anyways on Dub's behalf, which he can't even do himself. But here's a debriefing process for you all to see. So how are you then argue the paperwork now? Dubs did go SNY. He was validated gang member. He did do the debriefing process. He did do the step down program. And for any of those that want to continue to argue, here's the paperwork. So for some reason, people have this misconception of what the debriefing process is. The debriefing process is for anybody who is a validated gang member, not just NLR, not just Legends. It was for anybody that was validated and was trying to go SNY. And to do so, you had to complete the debriefing process. They had you sign your Miranda rights so you didn't incriminate yourself. And you had to do an autobiography, giving up the whole STG infrastructure, which is something that Dubs did. Now, people continue to argue this, but he doesn't argue it himself. And the question is, why is that? Why is it that all these people have the wool pulled over their eyes and will defend this man, but this man doesn't defend himself? Question is it because he knows that he doesn't want to make himself look ignorant, but he doesn't care if his subscribers do. He doesn't care if his followers do. But people don't see this. They just continue to argue the fact. Now, Daniel, yeah, he posted a paperwork that said Robert Villa. And he did that to see how fast they would jump on it. And they did. They bit. They jumped on it and said, oh, that's fake paperwork. It wasn't fake paperwork. It was paperwork that said Robert Villa. But the other paperwork out there says John Villa Jr., John Daniel Villa. But you notice he ignores that paperwork. He thinks that if he doesn't acknowledge it, that it'll just go away. It doesn't just go away. It's still there. It goes away in his head because he's not acknowledging it. But he's quick to jump on the paperwork when it showed the wrong name, which was the whole plan from the beginning. So what's so hard for people to see the paperwork and realize that they're being fooled, they're being deceived, and they're being tricked by Dubs? Everybody else can see it, but he's got the wool pulled over his followers' eyes so bad that they couldn't see what's going on if it was right in front of them, smacking them in the face, which is truly sad. Now, the debriefing process, they do it at any prison. And it shows that there in the paperwork. It shows what the step down program is. It doesn't say for NLR and for Legends. It's for anybody that's validated. And Dubs was a validated Sereno. He did go SNY. And to do so, he had to debrief. He had to go through the process. That was policy. There's no way around that. Now, people want to say, oh, you throw around loosely that he's a dropout. He is a dropout. They say themselves, oh, he was a Sereno, but he wasn't a legend, so he can't be a dropout. No, a dropout is anybody that left their gang and did so in bad terms. He's not in good terms with his gang. He doesn't go running around out in the streets. He doesn't go posting videos like anybody else outside. He does it strictly in his house where he's safe. The people that are in a good standing still with their gang are out in public. They're not in hiding. And that's what people need to finally realize. There's a reason why these people order DoorDash and shit like that, because they can't go shopping. It's just the truth to it. It's not anything that's hard to see. What is hard to see is why so many people defend this man, but when this man can't defend himself. So people need to stop and realize that. People need to see finally that you're being deceived. The paperwork's out there. You could call it fake if you want, but the only fake paperwork out there is the fake paperwork that they put out themselves. All the paperwork that's on my page or on my channel, you can find that all on the internet. All the paperwork that Daniel puts out, you can find that on the internet. None of it's made up. None of it's fake. But people rather sit there and call it fake than actually look it up for themselves and see that it's true. So this little video was a whole waste of my time because we already know the truth to it, and so do others. But this is more for those that want to keep arguing the point so you can see for yourself. How you then argue the paperwork now? How you then argue the CDCR's policies on validated gang members and debriefing? I'm sure you'll find some way.